Hi, my name is Kris McVicker. I live in Lisco, Nebraska. Behind you is my boarding kennel. Just a little story on how I got started. I was out there cleaning up after my dogs one day, and I thought, well, I should be getting paid for this. And I guess that's where it all started. And from then, I prayed about it. And I asked the Lord if this was something that I should do. And as you see this building behind me, it is not what it was. It was actually an old coon house, and the coons used to sleep in it. There were no windows or doors, no roof, so it was pretty raw. And the kennels, as you see them, have been because God has blessed it. And what I started out with were just panels from corrals with some welded wire on them, and the welded wire was 6 feet tall, and didn't have any dogs jump over, but they seemed to obey the law of the fence. And when I first started, I've never advertised, and it's just been word of mouth, and truly God has blessed it. There were times when I wondered if this was really what I should be in, but because I have totally given it to the Lord, He knows my times that I need the rest, and He knows the times that I can be busy. And I remember when I first started, it was in December, and I hadn't had any business, and I came out here and I prayed, which I do every day. I just give this to the Lord every day. And I said, Lord, if this is how you want it to be, then I'm okay with this. Well, that day I got 3 phone calls, and from then on I have been busy just about every day of all year long. So, and I've been in it for about 12 years now. So when I first started, I was at the price of what the kennels in town were, like the vet's office and stuff. But because I had to have insurance and all of that, I had to raise my prices here recently. But they're still below everybody else. I put a price on that so that that's low, so that people can afford to board their dogs. And what services I provide are each kennel has a backyard that's probably 30 by 40. And I think that's what attracts people, because if you go to a vet's office, they will put them in their little runs, and then they will take them out and go to the bathroom. Well, I worked for a veterinarian, and I was very embarrassed to give the dogs back because there was no way to keep them clean, and it's not that the vets aren't professional about that. They are. But their facilities are just not conducive to what the average pet dog is used to. And so I thought, you know, when I open my business, I would like to be able to give them a bath and make sure that they're clean and just happy. And my philosophy is come happy, leave happier. And so my services would include giving the dogs a bath. That's included in the price. Sometimes I can do that, sometimes I can't, because if I'm completely full, my tub is in a run and I can't move dogs around enough to give them a bath. But I think the customer service part of it, I love animals, and they know it, and their dogs sense that I love them. I love each one like I love my dogs. And I have spent the night out here with some dogs. I have little day beds, and sometimes I do spend the night out here with them. Sometimes they're ill. Not that they've picked up anything here, but they're old, and sometimes they have problems. And so I will sleep out here with them. In this business, you must know the animals. You must know something about their temperament, how to deal with temperaments. Different breeds have different ways of conducting themselves. And you have to know something about illnesses in dogs. If you go into it just thinking that you love animals and love dogs and don't know anything about what to look for if they are sick, this can be a problem. I've had some dogs come that were in fact sick and got terribly sick here, not because of something they picked up here, but because they came that way. And it was just the beginning stage. Now, the problem that you have in this business is that because you're not around these dogs all the time, you really don't know their personalities. And so when they come and they look frightened or something, that can be a sign of maybe an illness coming on. And I've had that happen. And they got real sick. But you call the owners and you explain to them, and in my case, they've been very understanding. I have forms that I have people sign so that if I need to do simple things like ear cleaning, or maybe some medication given like painkiller or something, they allow me to do that. In case of an emergency, I have them sign a paper that with their vet's name on there, and it's a permission to treat, so that when that happens, if their dog gets ill, that I can call their vet and take their dog to the vet. That's a very important part of this business, is to have those histories, the numbers, the medications that the dog's on, and the permission to treat, because that you can get into a lot of trouble if you don't have that waiver on there. It's a 2-page deal. And I also, when I first started, I got there were 5 big dogs. I mean, they were from 120 pounds to 80 pounds in one family. They went to North Carolina for a month. It was in the middle of winter, and I was thinking to myself, as these dogs are running around, what would happen if, say, the owners were in an accident and did not survive? So on my forms, I have survivorship, to where if something, and I send a card with them. It's an emergency card, and it has my name, and it has my numbers, and on the back it has the names for places for their dogs' names, the people's name, and that's my emergency contact. They must carry that with them wherever they go, if they are leaving the state or the county or wherever. And if something should happen to them, the authorities can get a hold of me, and I can look on the paper where their wishes for their dogs to go to. I contact those people. I've never had to have that happen, but that's an important part too, because I was just thinking, what would I do with all these 5 hunting dogs, because I don't hunt. So I guess the services that I have is just I treat their dogs like I treat my dogs.